So Keir Starmer says he won't set a date to stand down and insists he wants to remain Prime Minister. One man who wants to replace him, the Mayor of Greater Manchester, Andy Burnham, says what's been offered by Labour in the past hasn't been good enough. He's hoping to stand as a Labour candidate in the upcoming Makerfield by-election and then trigger a leadership challenge. So Keir was on a visit in North London today when he was asked about his willingness to stay on.
I've said, I don't know how many times, that I'm not going to walk away. I feel very strongly that I must serve the people who voted me into office. Do I recognise that we've got to turn things around after those election results? Yes, of course I do.
Our political editor, Chris Mason, is in Westminster for us this evening. And Chris, this is the first time we've heard from the Prime Minister since the challenges against him broke out into the open last week. And on the face of it, at least, he seems undeterred.
Yeah, he's absolutely sticking to his view, Fiona, that he will plough on. And of course, he and his supporters can make the argument, because it's true, that there isn't a formal leadership contest. However, a shadow contest is well underway. So Andy Burnham, the Mayor of Greater Manchester, at an event in Leeds today, setting out his stall. It's expected in the next day or two that he'll formally become Labour's candidate in the Makerfield by-election. This is the collection of towns and villages near Lee and Wigan and St Helens in the northwest of England. The MP there vacating the seat so he can have a run at coming back to Westminster. And already in these early skirmishes, there's been something of a row, or at least a fault line, over the whole question of Brexit. So over the weekend, Wes Streeting, the now former Health Secretary, he described Brexit as a catastrophic mistake and said the UK should eventually rejoin the European Union. Now, Andy Burnham's sentiments have in the past been broadly similar, but Makerfield voted solidly for leave. Reform did very well there in the local elections. And today, Mr Burnham making the argument that talking about Brexit now is the last thing that we should do. Now, I should say that things have been relatively calm in all of this today compared with last week, but we should underline that what changed last week is a fundamental, and that is that it is likely, perhaps highly likely, that we'll have a new Prime Minister possibly within weeks, possibly within months.
We shall see. Chris Mason at Westminster, thank you.